Hi, I'm Victoria. I'm going to take you through a 15 to 20-minute upper body reset for if you've spent too much time sitting at your desk or just sitting down in general. We're going to really open up the front body, get yourself breathing deeply and feeling a bit better. So to begin with, we're going to start with a little breathing exercise. So I just want you to take your right hand on your lower belly, your left hand on your chest, on your heart area, and just start to breathe slowly in and out through your nose and out through your mouth. As you inhale, try to expand through your stomach and your chest, filling yourself with oxygen, and exhaling everything out through your mouth. Letting your shoulders drop down away from your ears. And release. Letting your shoulders release, letting everything out. Okay, we're going to come into cat-cow. So come onto your hands and knees. You can use something to pad your knees if this feels uncomfortable. Otherwise, pressing your hands into the floor, neutral spine. On an inhale, you're going to let your chest drop down towards the floor, looking up towards the sky, shoulder blades together. And exhale, pulling everything back up again, rounding through the back, topping your hips. Inhale, open again. Exhale, round. Inhale up to the sky. Exhale, round. You can do this in your own time if you want to go a bit quicker than me. That's fine. If you want to slow it down, that's also brilliant. Inhale. And what this is doing is just giving you some movement through your spine. So where you might have been sat quite rigidly at your desk or on your sofa or just in your bed, you're going to create some of that flexion and extension, warming up through the vertebrae, getting the blood moving, warming up your back. You might want to go into circles, side to side, just whatever movement feels good to loosen you up to begin with. And back to traditional, just pushing your hands into the floor. And back to child's pose, so letting your hips rest on your knees, arms out in front of you. Forehead down towards the floor, doesn't matter if it touches. All the time maintaining that deep breath. We can now go in and out through the nose. Going back onto your hands and knees, I'm going to go into a downward dog. But I want you to tuck your toes under, pressing your hands into the floor. And instead of pushing straight back into a downward dog, think of lifting your hips towards the sky, keeping your knees bent, trying to get your hips as high as possible, pulling your hips backwards, pulling your shoulders away from your ears. Make sure you keep your knees bent. This will help you give that height and get that stretch through your hamstrings. Really important. You can start to pedal through your feet, straightening one leg and then the other, or just keeping them bent. Remember, this is all about what makes you feel good right now. Breathing deeply. If at any point anything feels too much, you can come into a child's pose or any seated pose that feels comfortable. Hello, Hamish. Bringing the knees back to the floor and resting back into your child's pose. So we're just really gently, really slowly warming up the body. Really working on keeping those breaths calming and slow and long and deep. Coming back up, back into your downward dog with bent legs, moving your feet backwards to come into a plank, one long line of energy, pushing through the hands. Then I want you to step your right foot forward, bring it between the hands. You can use a hand to pull the leg forward if that makes it a little bit easier. And we're going to come into triangle. So step the back leg in. You want a couple of feet between the feet. Start to straighten your front leg out gently. If it doesn't straighten fully, that's absolutely fine as well. You can always get a block or something that you might want to rest your bottom hand on. Otherwise, start to straighten it and start to open your left arm up towards the sky. Just creating that triangle shape. Breathing deeply, pulling the left shoulder blade back, really opening the chest. You can look up to the sky, you can look out in front of you, or you can look down towards the floor, whatever feels best on your neck. Start to pick up your kneecaps. So by that I mean start to energize your legs. So causing flexion, pulling your kneecap up away from your calf and your foot. Really broadening through the chest. Start to slowly bring your left hand back towards the floor. Bending through your front foot, stepping your left leg back slightly, and coming into a low lunge. Your hands are framing your front foot. You can rock back and forward, getting some stretch through the feet. If this feels too much, always feel free to just drop the back knee, and you'll get a really nice stretch through your hip flexor there. Making sure to always be thinking about opening your collarbones, opening your chest. Tucking again the back foot, lifting the knee, stepping back to your plank. And back into your downward dog, bent legs, pedaling through the knees, pedaling through the feet. And coming down for a brief break in your child's pose. Deep breathing. Coming back up, hands and knees. We're going to repeat that on the other side now. Tucking your toes under, coming into your bent leg down dog, forward into your plank. And this time we're going to step the left leg forward. So if you can't quite bring it all the way forward, just bring it halfway and then use your hands to just manhandle your leg. Coming into that triangle pose. So if you remember, you're trying to straighten that front leg, turn your right leg so that your foot is facing outwards. If you can't straighten it, absolutely fine. You could rest on a book. You can also rest your hand on your calf. Starting to straighten that leg, opening the chest up, looking towards the sky. Really expanding, great expansion through the chest on the right side, pulling the shoulder back. You can maybe even get a bit fancy and start to lean backwards, making it into a slight back bend. Looking up towards the sky, out in front of you, or down towards the floor, whatever's the most comfortable. Breathing deeply and calmly here. Pulling your kneecaps up. Bringing your hands down. Going to come into that low lunge again. Pushing through the back heel as if someone's trying to yank a sock off of your back foot. Just creating a lot of length through the body, keeping the chest open. Dropping that back knee if that feels good. Keeping your gaze neutral. Stepping back into your plank. All the way back to your downward dog. This time you can experiment with straightening your legs slightly or keep them bent. And dropping your knees to the floor. Back into your comfortable seated pose or your child's pose, whatever feels most comfortable. Letting your elbows rest on the floor this time. Forehead down, or you can have a pillow, make a pillow out of your hands. Really letting the body relax into what it's just done. You've created a bit of heat now. Okay, coming back onto your hands and knees. Back up into your downward dog. We're going to bend your legs again. As you bend your legs, pull your hips up and back. We're going to progress this into dolphin pose. So from here, start to come down onto your forearms. You might find that your legs bend more deeply if you're down here. That's fine as well. Making sure that your shoulders don't come up and crowd your ears. You want to keep pulling them down your back. It's a very active pose. From here, if you can, push into your hands, back into down dog, and back onto dolphin. Bend the knees even more deeply to push the hips higher. And lower down. Child's pose. Okay, coming back up to sit. We're going to work again on opening and expanding the chest muscles. So actually I'm going to come this way so you can see what I'm doing. You can sit on your knees or you can sit cross-legged, whatever's the most comfortable. Start to bring your hands behind your back and just clasp the fingers. Pull the shoulders together, down your back. Inhale deeply. Start to push your arms out behind you, looking gently up towards the sky. If it feels good, you can let the head maybe roll back if that's not for you. Just gently look forward and up. And release. And just shake that out a little bit. We're going to do that again, but this time I want you to do the awkward cross with your fingers, so the way that you wouldn't usually go. Put them behind your back, clasp tightly, shoulders together, pushing down and back, opening the chest, looking gently upwards, arching your back, getting as much oxygen into your lungs as you can. Oh, it feels so good. And relax. Lovely. Okay, you can shake that out again. Okay. Now come to a seated position. Doesn't matter which way your legs are crossed, we're focusing on the upper body right now, so that's absolutely fine. Just come and sit in a nice comfortable position. Neutral spine. Shoulders relaxing away from the ears once again. And inhale your arms up, drop your right hand behind your head, left hand to your right elbow, just gently pulling your right arm down, stretching through the triceps. Look to the right, down underneath your armpit, making sure your jaw's not tight, releasing everything. Release. Now the other side. Left arm up towards the sky, dropping the left hand behind your back, right hand to left elbow, gently pushing the elbow down. And the triceps a really nice stretch. This is an often understretched part of the body. Really important that we do that sometimes. And release, rolling the shoulders back, maybe rolling the head side to side. Looking over the right shoulder and then the left shoulder. Looking up and down. Okay, we're going to come back onto our hands and knees. It's going to be our last little bit of work here. Coming back into a plank position, we're just going to do a brief set of scapular push-ups. So this is going to really help your posture when you're sitting at a desk or slumping over. Just working on that posterior chain. Pushing through the feet, one long line of energy. So you can see you want to dip down like this. When you do that, push straight back up. So that's the scapular push-up. So you're letting your chest fall down between your arms, pushing back up, doming through the upper back. So it's a really minuscule movement. You can see I'm shaking, it doesn't take much. Back to your bent leg down dog. Last one, pedaling through the feet, loosening the jaw. Knees down, back into your child's pose. Just catching your breath, releasing here. Coming back up to seated. And that's perfect. So now we've broadened and opened your upper body. Hopefully you can take a few more deep breaths after maybe a long day of work or sitting slumped over a book or anything like that. It can feel like we're not getting enough air or oxygen into our bodies. So this is just a really good way of making sure that you're keeping everything expanded. Your posture's good, your shoulders are back, and you're feeling good about yourself. If you like this kind of movement and you want to work with your posture, work on getting your shoulders back and work on feeling more confident, follow along, like and subscribe. There's a new class every week.